folded all of my papers, so I've got 5 signatures, and I don't mind the edges not being completely even, but let's see how they look in the book. And a bit at the top and a bit at the bottom. Oh, actually I won't need to trim any off. It's, well, I could if I wanted to, because normally a book would have, you know, about 1/4 inch inside. But I could leave it like that. It would look quite cute. And that's a nice, perfect amount for the 1 inch spine. Gives you room to put not only just drawing and writing, but if you wanted to use it as a travel journal, you can put stuff in it and it will yeah, you've got room to expand. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, it's still drying. Let's put those there. Let's leave that still drying. Let's have a look at the other one. Bit wet there. That one I had a bit too much glue on, I think, on that side. And I'm just going to cut this down the center gently, because we need this to be able to turn over in the this one. I have got this nice colour here to go on the spine. Nice. So that needs a little spine piece of card, and I did put one somewhere. There we go. Now, of course, this book is not as tall. That's got something there. It's not as tall as my other one, so A4 paper will have to be trimmed down. But let's see, it is still a bit wet, but it is 7 and what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's one of those others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 7 and 13/8. Cut this down to match. 7. Actually, it probably can be 4, 8. Probably be that 1 little 1/8 inch down, because by the time you fold the fabric over, it needs that little bit, so that makes it 7 and 1 2/3. 7 3/4. Okay. Straight, yep. So we're going to put this in the center of this. Find our little 2-inch mark again. We'll do this one the right way. be bothered spreading the glue. And this will hold it a bit better anyway than the PVA, the art glitter. And we're just going to, oops, the art glitter, that's the one problem. It's got a lot of, hasn't got a lot of give or wiggle time, has it? No, no, no. I mean, this doesn't have to be exact because, you know, so much of it's going into the book. And I can see that that's got a wrinkle under there. I'll just put some more of this under. There we go. Is that all right? There we go. All good. We'll okay. Where's my bone folder? It's pink. It can't go too far. Surely, surely. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Too much on my desk, that's the problem. Oh, and there's my bit of cardboard that I was looking for. I'll put that up there in the class lot. Okay. I'll just use this. I don't know what I've done with my bone folder. Okay. I could trim this down, but you know, what am I going to do with that bit that's trimmed off? May as well just go into the book. So now I've got an idea of some extra plants that I could put in. I was mainly looking at ground cover for the shady areas. My girlfriend and I are going out to a nursery on Saturday, so hopefully I'll be able to find some of them. Nice. Oop. Now, what did I do again? I did 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. Oops, this is that about the same? Yeah. Line this up on my board. And let's line up that 1/2 inch there and put a line through. And same on this side. Okay. So let me bring the covers down. So this time I am only going to have, this one's drier. I can bring that in and I can bring that in, and then I'll leave, oh, well, I'll trim those down, but I can leave the top and the bottom so that they will cover the material. So I'm just going to cut the corners. You see I'm leaving about 3 mils there. Use my art glitter because I think it will be easier than the PVA. So it's down to about there. And I also want to make sure I go down here on the edge of the book cover. I am going to spread that with my finger though, because I don't, those little lumps and bumps will be felt through the serviette. Bring it around and then gently now this one comes all the way into there. I've got a glue spreader somewhere. Good. There you are. I didn't get any down there. Look, I just told you to do. Right, push it down on my mat. That just makes sure that that edge is really nice and cured. I don't want to mush it around too much because the serviette would tear so easily. Now, this is the cut edge. So we decided that that didn't really... Did we decide that one was good or not? Let's have a look. Oh, it didn't. It's this is the same. Might as well use this one because it dries better, faster. That's better. Such a big area, and I've got the fine tip happening. That's a bit silly. Right, that's better. Get that right down. Put that on the edge. I really do want a lot of glue here because this will be a weak point of the book. Right, just line that up there. Beautiful. Nice, and then this will come over. And get right into that corner too. Like I'm going to use my glue spreader to push that little bit down and then get up, push, and gently, oops, bring that down. I'm not too worried about these because that bit will end up in the underneath the end papers. So oops, that's probably a bit much on this side. Oh well, doesn't matter. That corner in, get that corner in. Just use that to get the edge there, even though it didn't really matter. Here we go. Ah yes, that's much neater because now when the end paper goes on, I haven't got an end paper yet, but let's just take this. If that was my end paper, it's going to go there, and you're going to have the neat edge, not the raggedy edge. Cool. Oops, that's because I put too much glue, so the serviette's ripping, but that'll be under the end paper, so that's okay. Alrighty, now that is still a bit too wet, so I'm going to pause and come back when that's dry. Okie dokie, I'm back, and I've been looking at it. I've glued on my other one. This is still a bit damp on the front here, but it's okay. And then I've thought to myself, I think this is too big a gap, because I think it'd be weaker. And then when I'm going to have to put something in here to cover that up anyway. So what I've done is turn that over that way. I actually undid this one, and I've put only a quarter of an inch. So I've torn it off, and I've put a quarter of an inch there, because I think that will be better for closing the book, because that's going to be a weak point otherwise. And that's supposed to be, that would be like your little gutter, you know, in the book. So I think that ½ an inch was too big. So let's glue this other one back on. And then I thought, well, I've got to cover this anyway, because otherwise you'll see that through the, so it doesn't actually really matter. Right, let's glue this. Was waiting, I did the clothes on the line, and well, the inside. It didn't dry outside now, although today's the first day it's rained for, oh gosh, a long time. Although we had a little bit of rain at Easter, not so much here, but where we were camping we had a fair bit of rain. Oops, bit overboard there, Mandy, a bit too much. An old baby wipe. Wipe that away. Okay. Make sure I've got the right side, that side. just going to line this up on the lines on my board so that I make sure I keep it straight. Nothing worse than a crooked cover. Okay, so they're my end papers. Yep. There was also I looked at it and I thought, oh, I'm going to have all of this from the end paper, so that wouldn't have worked either. So I'm wondering maybe if I just put a matching piece of fabric there. Here's a piece I had earlier because I was, so I could push that over, put that over, and then we can use that to sew our. I was thinking of actually sewing the signatures through to here. And that, I mean, I will have to cut the edges off now, of course, but that's okay. Okay, what do I want to do? Oh, we're thinking of this. Let's get some tape. Because this is not structural, I often just do, let's cut this to, we may as well just make it 4 inches like the other. Close enough. This doesn't really matter. Oops. Start about here. Jennifer's making cookies. That smells delicious. This is the Express It double-sided tape. It's good quality one, and you can easily use it for fabric. So I'm going to bring that down. There. And if I go like this, because I'll make that, actually I might just I'm bringing it in like about a mil down from the other one. One little tiny millimeter. Let's do the same here. About nice. Okay, so this can be our stitching guide. So that means we can also, oops, those. We can have a piece of paper to rule our guide for sewing our signatures. Just get a bit of. Maybe I'll use cardstock. I'll use some cardstock because then I'll get a little bit of extra strength as well. But I only need an inch because that's how wide my spine is. And it will don't know why I'm lining it up on there when this is the size I want. So what I will do though is, because this is the tape, just find the center of this. I can undo the tape and put that there. Yes. Okay, we'll just put a bit of, actually I'll just, yes, we'll just do more tape. So it will be easy. Do you craft like this? Do you know exactly what you're doing, or do you just work it out as you go? Just undo this end. Right, because the tape hadn't cured, that's not going to be a problem. Let's make sure we've got it right. We have indeed. Right, here. Oh, that means we can also make our markings and things on the back here to make sure that we put on our holes. So we've got 5 signatures. Where's a bit of paper? So we've got an inch. Oh, here we go. So I just need to cut this to the size. Is this the size of my? Okay, that's the size of. Is that A4? I need to make it the size of my signatures because that is what we want our template. And then, I'll do it this way because then you can see the holes. Find the center. And that there will be this 3rd signature, the middle one. So this one we need to find the center. It's easy, all we need to do is go like that and roll ourselves a line, and this will be up, glued down, so you're not going to see any of this. I'm just going to get a sharper pencil there. No, okay, I've got a blunt pencil. Hopefully it'll be okay. Now we want this to be fairly even top and bottom. This is my pages, and this is pretty much the same size as the spine. So does that look about even? Maybe a little bit down. There we go. So all I've got my halfway line here, I can just go like that. So there's my centre. Move that up there, out of the way. Now, do we want to do 3 hole or 5? I think we'll just do 3 hole pamphlet stitch, which means all I need to do is just come down. I'm going to come down 1 inch and then come up. Here we go. So these will be my punching template. So when I will open this up and put that in there, and that'll be my template. Now let's write top there. Let's line this up here and put top here, just so we know. I can line this up with my center and then put 1 here and 1 here. And I can just go across. Jennifer's made biscuits. Oh, she's come for a taste test.
I don't think I should give it to you. It's too good.
Oh, they're really that bad, are they?
They are.
Oh, look at that, peeps. Macadamia and white chocolate. That's actually lemon flavoured white chocolate we got from Vietnam. Excuse me while I eat my biscuit. Oh, I'm a nice, Jennifer. Mmm. Mmm. That's delicious. I had the recipe ready to go. She wanted to make something. Notice that that's cooking this end. Just to come up a little bit on that side. Okay, so we need to work out our 5. Where's my... I need to use a pen or something because that's not sharp enough. There we go. So I'm going to just go over that one again. So if we did, so we need 1, 2, 3. So we need 2 on each. So we could just do, how much is it again? Can't see through that ruler. So if I do 3/8 and then 1, 2, 3/8. Yep, that'll work. You don't have to draw a line down here because I've already, but I'm just going to do it so you can see. I mean, because these are these would be where the holes are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just putting the lines there just so you can see. If it was, normally I would just leave it with just that little line and the little crosses on there. Okay, so let's get ourselves a mat. This is just old packaging. And we have our Pt2 tool. Probably wondering why I'm doing this now when I just said we were going to sew through the cover. But if I stick this down, and this is getting stuck down that way, I'm not going to know where the holes are. So now we can stick it down. My top, and I know this is the top only because I wrote on the inside there, and I have to make sure that this lines up with that. So what I will do is I'll glue that. Oh, goodness. I like this glue, but I wish the nozzle was better. Yeah, I'm not going to feel that, so I don't really need to worry about spreading it out. I just need this to line up with this. Yep. Center. Cool. Okay. That little bit, it'll come through the fabric, so I need to spread that out. I'm just using my fingernails just to get in on that side. Do the same over here. can get the mat back. And before my holes disappear, don't want that. We can punch these through the cover. Done that one a bit over. Right, and because they're poked down, I'm just going to poke them back the other way. Just so I'll be able to see them nice and easy for when we sew. Right. I will get my punching cradle that my hubby makes. Now you've noticed that I've also got a bit of at the top and the bottom that's not quite the same, and that is because the coffee dye paper shrinks. Right, where's our guide? Just in the centre, up to there. Make sure that this is all the way up as well, otherwise my holes won't be in the same spot. 1, 2 and 3. So keep them, I've got to keep the tops all up together. Here we are. So I've punched all of my signatures. Got my book all ready to go. And I'm thinking that I should cut my pages down before I put them into the book. So if I go like this, I really need about, hold on, let's take them out the bottom. That's the best way. I need like about here. Okay, so now you could cut them. I could put this, you know, clip these all together and put them in and use a knife, and I never have a lot of luck with that, I have to say, because it slips and I don't have a proper vise to hold it there. But what I will do is I'm just going to take a couple of these biggies. I'm actually just going to rip the edges. So I will grab myself a ruler. I'll line it up so that I know that I'm still going straight. That looks straightish, it does. Just check, make sure that that's enough.